After Reform UK's meteoric rise pushed Labour into the humiliating other parties category, ITV stoked the political fire by bringing in none other than Diane Abbott. Her interview, instead of damage control, only poured more fuel on the flames. It was a televised train wreck that exposed a Labour Party stumbling in confusion, disconnected, divided, and dazed. At moments, it felt less like political commentary and more like a scene from a dark comedy. Her dispassionate explanations for Labour's fall left many viewers wondering how she's managed to remain in Parliament for over 4 decades. The irony? Labour didn't need outside help to collapse. Diane Abbott managed that all on her own. Since their general election victory last year, Labour's policies have hit society's most vulnerable the hardest. They've refused to lift the 2-child benefit cap on child tax credit, the one move that could have made a real dent in child poverty. They've cut winter fuel allowances and are now taking an axe to disability benefits. It's no surprise then that Abbott, despite her weak defense, admitted things were looking politically bleak. These aren't protest votes that will easily swing back. People are walking away for good. The backlash is growing louder. In Parliament, anger spilled over as voices condemned both the Conservatives and the SNP for ignoring looming economic disasters. Labour had once promised to step in and save jobs, particularly at major energy facilities. Now, that promise rings hollow. Just last year, Labour celebrated a sweeping victory. Today, they're licking wounds after a devastating local election result. Welcome to British Insight, where politics is more dramatic than a pub brawl over which tea bag brews best. Labour didn't just lose. They were flattened, an electoral defeat more crushing than England's latest World Cup heartbreak. But this isn't just another stumble. It's a glaring indictment of broken promises, policy reversals, and mounting disillusionment. Is Keir Starmer's new direction heading straight off a cliff? Labour didn't just lose a few council seats, they lost over 164, retaining just 82. Reform UK and the Lib Dems danced away with victories, 595 and 356 council seats respectively. Reform alone snatched 476. Even the Greens outperformed Labour in some places. This kind of political collapse hasn't been seen in a generation. Labour's collapse is less of a stumble and more of a freefall. Imagine being a die-hard Labour supporter. You wait 14 long years for change, only to get cuts to disability support, a slash to winter fuel payments, and increased taxes on small businesses. That's not the revolution voters signed up for. The electorate didn't just whisper disappointment, they shouted it at the ballot box. And Labour's message? Scrambled and out of tune. Like an old cassette tape that keeps skipping the good parts. Labour promised a break from Tory austerity, but it feels like voters simply swapped ties, red instead of blue, while the pain remained the same. When bills are piling up, the colour of the party matters less than the policies that come with it. Starmer's response to the defeat. He doubled down. The message, full speed ahead. But if the car is already teetering on the edge, slamming the accelerator isn't exactly reassuring. Not all Labour voices are on board. Diane Abbott made it clear, the direction itself is flawed, not just the speed. That's more than criticism. That's a warning flare. Mary Kelly Foy, MP for Durham, a historic Labour heartland, echoed this concern. Her constituents didn't abandon Labour. Labour abandoned them. And if that line doesn't echo through Starmer's mind at night, nothing will. John McDonnell, former Shadow Chancellor, didn't mince words either. He said what many are thinking, these are not the decisions a Labour government should be making. It's as if the party's core principles have been quietly set aside. Meanwhile, Reform UK is celebrating like underdogs who've just pulled off the upset of the century. They've successfully tapped into the frustration of working-class voters who feel forgotten. No longer on the fringes, Reform is charging forward, converting protest into power. And the Liberal Democrats? They're back from political exile with serious momentum, attracting voters fed up with both Labour and the Tories. Their pitch isn't confined by old left-right divisions. It's unconventional, but it's working. The Conservatives haven't escaped the carnage either. They've lost over 400 seats in this electoral bloodbath. Labour and the Tories both look like boxes knocked out cold, while Reform and the Lib Dems rise from the sidelines. One thing is now painfully clear: at least we're not the Tories isn't enough of a message anymore. People want genuine change, policies that ease the burden of daily life, not recycled talking points from party HQ. Labour MP Emma Lewell-Buck, who has represented South Shields since 2013, summed it up with brutal honesty: trust is everything. If you promise to serve the people and then ignore them, don't expect loyalty in return. She described the leadership as tone deaf, too fixated on slogans about going further and faster, and blind to the need for a total course correction. And that's the burning question: will Keir Starmer listen? Does he have the nerve to admit that the chosen path isn't working, or will he stay the course and lose the base that once believed in him? Has Labour truly lost its way, or is this just a painful detour? Is Reform UK's rise a blip, or the beginning of a seismic shift in British politics? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you're as addicted to UK political drama as we are, don't forget to like and subscribe to British Insight. We bring you the real story faster than MPs dash to the Commons bar. Until next time, remember, politics, like life, never stays still. Maybe it's time someone reminded Keir Starmer exactly what kind of change the public really wants.